Okay, so this is my first video doing Animal Crossing, and I'm just using a camera on my TV screen, but I've actually been playing this for a really long time. You probably know that Animal Crossing City Folk is a pretty old game. This is a fairly new city, though, that I've only been doing for a short while. My other city is on my Wii. This is my Wii U. And I basically beat everything in that as much as you can beat this, which would mean, you know, catching all the fish, catching all the bugs, you know, all the little things that you can do. There's still always things you can do. I mean, there's events that you can keep doing, and sometimes it takes years before you can complete all the events or get all the items from an event. Anyhow, so this is a new city. I'm a boy in this one because it's actually one of my son's characters he's never played, and I just sort of took it over. Okay, so what I'm actually going to talk about today is when I've looked up stuff online about having a perfect town and how to do it and how many trees and flowers you need per acre. The information is not exactly accurate. I read some things online about making a perfect city, which is what I'm talking about today. And some of them are pretty helpful. There's some that aren't quite accurate, though. I'm not sure where they get their information. But there was one I read that said you needed 14 trees per acre and 6 flowers. That is not true. You can vary it. And first we should talk about acres, because if you remember in the first Animal Crossing, you could really tell where your acres were. I mean, every time you would hit a new acre, the screen would fluctuate, which was kind of a pain, because then if you were walking through an acre and you saw a special bug and you accidentally went out of the acre and went back to get the bug, it'd be gone. So the acres are not easily defined in Animal Crossing City Folk, but you can make them because they still are there. And when it comes to making a perfect town, that is exactly what you need, is to know your acres. So pick designs. I use several different designs to make it easier to see. You're going to start up in the corner, lay a design, and just keep going over until you count to 16. Pick a design that, like this one, you can tell where each square starts. If you were to use a design like just this, you're not going to be able to tell where one square ends and another begins in case you need to recount, because you lose count. Once you get to 16 here, you go down 16. A tree counts as 1, a flower counts as 1, so, you know, just count that in, obviously. That'd be 1, 2, this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on down the line until you hit 16 again, and then you go over 16. I don't typically put them up here because that's just a given that that's within this acre. I did here, I guess, but you don't have to. Now, the acre consists of this 16 by 16, and that includes this whole row. So in other words, this tree is in this acre. This flower is in this acre. And you'll do that all around the whole town. It is tedious. Now, it can get complicated when you are... Oh, and a side note, this is going to be a square, so it can be a little complicated because if you lay them down to here. Sorry, is this thing falling? Sorry. I'm trying to make it work. Okay, lay them down to here. And then, so you don't lose count, you can continue laying patterns here so that you can keep counting to 16. Just remember, this would be number 2 going down, because number 1 is already this structure here. As you can see, I keep hitting the wrong button. So you can see this is 1. So when you count 16 down, make sure you don't count from there. Make sure you count from, say, here. I just removed these. I didn't feel these were necessary. So where it gets complicated is the water. Now, for me, and I don't know if it's going to be this way with every town, my water is 4 across. And I discovered that by when I would hit the water here, I went to the other side. Gotta find a bridge. Okay. And then I went up to, what do you want? Wants me to buy something. Nah, it's alright, sorry. That's a lot of money for that. I don't really need that. Okay. Little side adventure there. Pick up this orange. Okay, so I went up to this corner up here. And I counted these across and made an acre. That way I would know where this one was at. So once I made the acre up in this corner on this side, ugh, cat. Get out of the way, cat. That's squirrel. Then when I went across, I was able to count and I said, okay, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 here, 6 on the other side. That equals 12. There's 4 different. So then I knew that 4 is how far across this was. And that matched up on every single acre. So every time I ran into a new acre, it always equaled out 4 across the river. So that's how you do that. Now if you're having trouble matching up, like right here, I couldn't quite see where is it at on the other side. Because I had been over here and I'd been doing this. There was no pattern over here yet, and I came here to finish the pattern. What you can do... Where did I put my fishing pole? There it is. I store things in my mail to get out of my pockets. Okay, you throw your fishing pole, and of course that makes this open up. So then you can see the other side, and you can see, oh, that's where my pattern is. I have flowers where my pattern's supposed to be, but originally I had the pattern here, and I could see if it matched up. Okay. Now, I think that pretty much answered all of that. My town has some interesting places too. See, here you would just go off the edge, no big deal. Besides figuring out the water, I have this little cute little island thing right here. So that's kind of fun. And then this tiny little part is included in an acre. That reminds me of something about the ocean. Okay. So on the ocean, the acres will... Oh, mushrooms. It's mushroom season. The acres, the squares, I should say, will not count to 16. You're cut off by the ocean. You can't go any further, but technically the acre goes down here. If I remember right, it only counts to 12. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 13. So you can only get as far as 13. Don't worry about that. It didn't mean you miscounted somewhere. It just does that. So you can't go all the way into the ocean. I keep my shores free of seashells constantly so that new ones will wash up. That way you can get your little collection of scallops here. And I have some in my house too. And these you give to the otter when he shows up. And he will only take scallops, not white scallops, nothing else. Those you can just sell for cash. There's really no other purpose, but the otter you give scallops to, and he gives you special furniture. Most of it's not that cool, but it can be worth good money. Now, once you map out your acres, the fun part begins, because you have to go talk to Pelly the Pelican in the mailroom, ask her about the environment, and she will tell you how the environment is, and there's different things she can say, and you can Google that, what they mean, but it's pretty self-explanatory. She either tells you there's too many weeds, there's too much garbage, there's not enough green, which means there's not enough trees, there's too many trees, and so then you have to figure it out accordingly. Now, I don't know how many flowers you actually need per acre. I already had several in each acre, but you definitely don't need 6. I mean, I have some acres that have 2. So I would state that 2-3 flowers in each acre is more than enough. And of course, you want to try to put same ones together to get special breeds of flowers. Put roses together, tulips together, etc., etc. Right now, my store is not open, so I've been collecting stuff down here to sell when it opens. Mushrooms and so forth. And these coconuts I'm actually planning to plant. Oh, hee. Running out of room very quickly. You go to, so how this works, I should get back to it. You go to an acre and you just start counting the trees. See, and so I said, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This counts 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have 14 on this one. And that seems to be a good number. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and down here I have a couple, looks like 14, 15. It seems like you cannot have more than 16. So that's probably where people got their numbers, where some people said you need 16 trees per acre. You do not need 16, but you can't have more than 16. But this acre, as you can see, it has 1, here's the baby, 2, 3, 4, 5, missing a pattern here. Not that it matters, you can still tell where it is. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This baby one, 13. So I only have 13 here. And some areas like this, I mean, obviously there's not many places you can plant trees. I planted several times and they would keep dying. I had to keep refiguring out where I could plant trees. So, and then of course at the ocean, that's complicated there because at the ocean you have even less area where you can plant trees. And perhaps the game knows that, and so they give you some leeway because of certain areas not even allowing you to plant trees, and there's no way you could get 16 trees in some of these areas. You could plant to your little heart's content and they wouldn't grow, they would die. I think this area, wait, it's not this area. I believe it's, I'm trying to find, oh good grief, now what do you want? Okay, sure, you want me to take an office locker? Okay, sure. I'll give you money for it, make you happy. It's good to make the townsfolk happy if you can. So, there you go. Okay. Anyhow, so we have 1, 2 in this acre. There's 2 trees there. It goes down here. 3, 4, 5, 6, say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, did I count that one? Anyway, I have 11 or 12 here. So there are places where I have much less than the 16. And it still worked. I guess I would say you just keep talking to Pelly and go from there. So if there's too many trees, make sure that none of your acres have more than 16. I kept having her say there's too many trees, and I was going crazy thinking, where could it be? And then I realized I was miscounting this section over here because I was not properly counting these plus the right ones up on top of here. And so I actually had 18 trees. I cut down 2 trees and boom. No more message saying too many trees. If you have it all, you think you have enough trees in all the acres and then it's saying there's not enough, I guess I would go to the couple areas where maybe you only have 11 or 12 and go ahead and plant another tree. Because I think it might vary based on, I can hear a balloon, but I'm not sure where it is. Oh, there it is. There's the balloon. See, I only have my normal little slingshot. I don't have the gold slingshot or anything because like I said, this city is fairly new, or this town. It's not the city. Oh, one up mushroom. I already have one. You get cool Nintendo stuff though, like the old school Nintendo stuff from these floating presents. So it's pretty cool. I have some in my house. You may already know about this. This is an old game, so most people that are watching this probably have played it before. Maybe you just needed some tips on this one issue of A Perfect Town. So I was going to show you my house, but you know what? Let's go ahead and go talk to Pelly. And I'll show you where I am at with that. Don't know why I went there, silly me. Okay, Pelly. The environment. She says, fantastic. I don't know, can you read it? Martonia is in great shape right now. Yep, it's pretty sweet. I feel like the luckiest pelican in the world to be able to work in a wonderful town like Martonia. Now, that's what you're aiming for to see. Sorry, this TV is kind of a crappy TV. I'm getting a new flat screen TV in a couple weeks. And this is an old projection TV that I got for free. It's huge, but it takes up space. It's not the greatest. But I think you can see okay. Oh, by the way, Town Fund is pretty important. Give to this whenever you can. I know that, you're going to want to pay off your house as much as possible to get a bigger house and more room. And that's going to be one of your main goals. That and spending money on furniture and things you want for your house. Plus, I like to just buy out the store to add to my catalog. Just so I have all the things that I might ever want if I want to order. And also to get points from the store so that I can get special items from the store. I wonder what my points are at right now. I haven't been playing real long, so I am not sure what they're at. But point is whenever you can give to the town fund, do. Because that'll get you a lighthouse or windmill. And right here will be your fountain. And you throw your axe in the water. And you'll get a visitor coming out of the water. And she will ask you questions and you answer them. And there's pretty much no right or wrong. You don't know what to say because it varies as far as I can tell. She's kind of bipolar. She loves you, then she hates you, and she loves you, and she hates you. Just so you know, though, the best thing you could always do is say you want your axe back. Never say I want the golden axe or anything. She will always get mad at you pretty much. You always need to say I want my axe back, and then she thinks, oh, well, you're very selfless. You're not asking too much. You have to talk to her quite a few times and really get on her good side to get the gold axe, which will never break. So that's nice. To be honest, once you get your town perfect, you shouldn't need to use the axe anyway. And it really isn't going to matter. It's just cool to have. And I guess if you ever did want to rearrange your trees or cut down certain trees to put different trees in their place, which I'm going to do right now with the coconuts, then it's handy to have the gold axe that doesn't break. I broke a couple axes fixing up my town. Okay. Axe, where's my axe? There it is. You can only plant coconut trees by the ocean, of course, so... Oh, I think we'll put one here, and I think we'll put one here. Go through all the little doohickeys. And I do clean up my mess. The oranges are my native fruits, so they're not worth much. But it's still money. And I do this because then I know 100% my coconut tree will live, because obviously a tree will grow in this spot. Coconuts are worth 5 times what your native fruit is, so it's good not to waste them and then have them be buried and die. So that's a bummer. So I have my perfect town by mapping out my acres and talking to Pelly over and over, rearranging trees, counting trees a couple of times, and planting a few flowers in each acre. What is important about having a perfect town? Well, other than just making everyone happy, you can get special flowers. Okay, something else I wanted to add is sometimes online you'll read that you can't have a perfect city if you don't pick everything up off the ground except seashells, and you can't leave anything laying around. If you have garbage, such as, well, I can show you. I just threw some away. Garbage you should keep in the recycling bin. Like there's the can and the boot, for example. Those you don't want to have laying around, but you can actually leave other things. I have fruit in the ground. I have this furniture, which is for other people that want them, and I have all this stuff on the ground to sell that I'm picking up to sell now that my store is open. But as you can see, my gotta go sell this stuff. My city is still in perfect standing regardless, so it actually doesn't make any difference. If you have any questions, or if I missed anything, left anything out, or any other comments, you can leave them here if you're actually even still playing this old classic game like I am.